Hey, I'm Vinny, this is Makeify 2. Just doing a little shop update here. I've posted a number of videos lately. I've been pretty productive. First off, the main channel, Makeify 1, just hit 50,000 subscribers, which is crazy. It reminds me of a joke my uncle used to tell. What do you have when you have 25 female pigs and 25 male deer? 50,000 bucks. Anyway, I'm excited to have 50,000 subscribers. I still want to get to 100,000 and have YouTube send me that silver play button that they send when a channel hits 100,000 subscribers. I know it's kind of silly, it's a little stupid, but it's a goal of mine, and it's good to have goals, right? One video I posted, I made this rubber band powered paddle boat. Just a fun little toy. I don't really have much to say about that. So then the next video was I made the cart for my new table saw, and then a second cart to serve as an outfeed table and another kind of workbench. I got a number of constructive comments on that video. People just leaving general tips about table saws, which I appreciate because I don't have a lot of table saw experience. One comment from Scrapwood City. If you're not familiar with his channel, it's quite good. You should check that out. But he was concerned about the casters, and basically his point was that, you know, a table saw really should be rock solid. It shouldn't be able to move at all. And even though the casters lock, you know, locking casters still have a little bit of wobble to them. And that is a good point. It's something I thought about, but I don't really have the space to have a table saw set up and taking up a lot of room. For now, at least the casters I have seem to grip really well, lock down really well, and I'm typically not cutting anything very big because I can't even fit a half sheet of plywood in my car. I have to go with like quarter sheets. So I haven't cut anything very big on it, and I haven't noticed any sort of wobbling or anything, but that's something you should be aware of, I guess. It's a good point. And another comment from Derek. Derek has been a long-time viewer, leaves some really good comments, questions. He's a good guy. He's from the Chicagoland area as well. He mentioned that when you have an outfeed table and it's physically like connected to the table saw, it's okay if the table saw and the outfeed table are the same height. But if the outfeed table is like a separate entity like mine is, you're better off with that outfeed table being a little lower than the table saw. And the more I thought about it, the more that made sense. You know, if you're cutting especially long things that are thin, as they're coming off the table saw, they might flex or bend, and you don't want that outfeed to get caught on the edge of the outfeed table. So it makes sense to have the outfeed table a little lower. I hadn't thought about that. So what I did, I cut little rectangles of 1/4 inch plywood and put them between the casters and the bottom of the table saw cart to essentially raise up the table saw about 1/4 inch. And I've done some tests, and that seems to work well for me. I didn't glue those in, they're just screwed in, so if I need to raise it up a little more, I can just replace those with like 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch or pieces of wood or whatever to raise it up a little more. But so far, 1/4 inch seems to be enough, but we'll see on that. After I posted that video, just a few days later, Steve Ramsey posted a very similar video. Most people are probably familiar with Steve Ramsey. He's another woodworker on YouTube, very popular. He makes good videos. He posted a video where he made a rolling cart for a contractor table saw like mine. His design's a little different. It's basically a cabinet. He's got 2 drawers on his. My design is a little simpler, I think. Not as nice, but maybe a little stronger because I use 2x4s. He used a little smaller wood. But I'm just happy I got my video out before he did, so you know, no one would think I was just copying him. He built his table saw, and I don't know, I guess he had some issues with measuring or cutting or something, and his table saw ended up being a little too short for what he wanted. He raised his table saw up by putting little blocks of wood between the table saw and the top of the cart. So it's just interesting to see, you know, 2 people kind of doing the same type of project, coming up with 2 different designs, and then actually running into the same problem and needing to raise up the table saw a little, and then coming up with two different solutions to that problem. Both work well. And then the third video was a spinning spice rack. It came out well. It's now up in our kitchen being used. You know, pretty basic spice rack. You know, spice rack is often a kind of beginner woodworking project, and you know, I don't have much to say about that. It turned out well. I have been playing around with my table saw a little bit here lately, just getting more familiar with how it works and, you know, getting more comfortable using it. I did make a cross-cut sled for it, and it has been handy. I didn't make a video for this because there are a lot of good cross-cut sled videos on YouTube, and I didn't think I would add anything to the collective knowledge. So I've been down in the shop the last couple of days working on making more of these bobbers from wine corks. I have a video showing how I made these, and that video is a couple years old now, but I've been making more of these because I sell them on my Etsy shop, and I've sold them to a number of people, but one person in particular every so often comes in. They'll buy a bunch of them at once and then basically buy me out of stock, which is a good thing. So Campbell, if you're watching, thank you very much. But they just bought a bunch of them and now I am low on my stock. So I've been making a bunch of these. Whoa, oh well. Making a bunch of them. Crazy designs, simple designs, whatever. As for projects for upcoming videos, I am not currently working on anything yet. There's a couple things I want to do. One that needs to be done. I don't know if it'll be the next video or not, but so our bedroom, there's no good lighting in there. There's no overhead light or anything like that. So we really need a lamp or something in there. So I have an idea. I've kind of designed it in my head of a floor lamp. We'll see. I don't know. That might change my mind there, or might go a different route. I don't know. Other than that, I have some other ideas, but I haven't started anything yet. I will probably do that. I'll figure something out and get something going here shortly. So that's what's going on in the Makeify shop. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. What was the other video I did? I forget their last name, and I wouldn't probably... Okay. You still recording?